Welcome to the Small Business Report with your co-host, Carl Brown, the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, and Sharon Morton. They're bringing you all the tools you need to succeed. Stay tuned for expert advice for business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies on how to start, grow, and finance your business right here at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. The Small Business Report will be right back with a show you don't want to miss after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. Today, we are doing a part 2, so we are brand new at this.
Yes.
Doing a part 2 because we are having Mr. Roderick Johnson from the SBA come back on and discuss PPP 2.0.
Yeah,
so this is your host, Carl Brown.
Yeah, with your co-host, Sharon Morton. And PPP 2.0 just got passed in Congress last night. So this is hot off the presses, folks. We got Roderick Johnson. I think Roderick said 4 a.m. this morning it got passed. So we got him first thing telling you about the money that's there for small business owners. So we couldn't let him go. We had to do a part 2. Right, Carl?
That's right. We had to do a part 2.0 because the information is so good, you need your pen and pad out so you can take notes.
That's right. So we're going to go to break in a minute, but if you need help filling out the new PPP 2.0 loan application, or you need any kind of help, you can go to DCSBDC.org, right, Carl?
That's right. Come and see us.
Or America.
DCSBDC.org or Americas with an S, SBDC.org. And there's somebody that can help you, whether you're in Alaska, Arizona, Miami, it doesn't matter.
That's right. So we'll be right back after these messages with Roderick Johnson from the Small Business Administration. You want to stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether you owe federal or state taxes, are under audit, or need to dispute your case in tax court, don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The Law Office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, this is your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. And as promised, we got Mr. Roderick Johnson from the SBA, and he's talking about the PPP, Payroll Protection Program 2.0. So, Rod, take it away.
Take it away, Rod.
All right. Thank you, Carl and Sharon. Glad to be back and talk about PPP 2.0.
Yeah.
To summarize.
Thank you. Yeah.
To summarize, companies that currently have a PPP loan will be able to apply for another PPP loan. Okay.
Great news.
If you also have a current PPP loan, you now have until March 31st, 2021 to hire back and use the money. Okay. So now you don't have to be, stressed out about, oh gosh, December 31st, I've got to use this money. Now you have until March 31st of next year. Now under the PPP 2.0, you have 4 more expense categories: operation expenditures like software, cloud computing, human resources, and accounting needs. For property damage that's not covered under your insurance, you can now put that as an expense that's deducted. Supplier costs, and then PPP. So for those businesses that have brought people back or putting up protective shielding, now that can be included in the expenses as well. Now, there's also going to be a simplified form for forgiveness. Now that form is going to cover loans $150,000 and below, because 87% of the PPP loans were $150,000 and below. So the SBA has 24 days to come up with this new simplified form for, again, loans that are $150,000 and below. Now, to be eligible, all you need to do is to prove that you've had a 25% drop between 2020 and 2019, specifically in the first, second, or third quarter, year over year. So if you can prove that you've had a 25% drop in revenue, then you're certainly able to apply for what we're calling now the PPP program second draw. Also, under this program, the loan amount has been reduced from 10 million to 2 million. One of the reasons for that is to keep the larger companies from being able to get into the program. You cannot have over 300 employees, You must have used or will use the full amount of your first PPP loan,
You said have used or will use. So does that mean if you haven't used the entire amount, you need to hurry up and use it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or you need to prove that you're going to use it?
So it says will use and have used or will use the full amount of their first PPP. So since you've been extended until March 31st, okay, of 2021, you've had to show, that you will have used all the money by then,
Okay, great.
okay, to be eligible. And so that's really the long and the short of, getting round two of PPP money, okay?
Right. This is great
Now,
news, Roderick. Thank you for bringing it to us, by the way, for our listeners. Yeah.
yeah, sure. Now, here's a good thing. If you're looking for money outside of PPP and your business is growing, because there are a lot of companies that are growing out there, there's been a modification made to the Signature 7A program. And so normally, if you were to get a $5 million 7A loan, or let's just say to purchase your Taj Mahal headquarters, okay,
Hmm.
then at one point, the SBA would guarantee that loan 75%. Now the SBA is offering a 90% guarantee for that loan, including community advantage loans until October 1st, 2021. So what
Wow.
that means is the bank is only on the hook for $500,000 out of a $5 million loan. Okay.
Okay.
I think
But
that's fantastic.
that is fantastic.
It
Now,
is.
the only thing is, though, you cannot have that loan forgiven, right? That loan
Now,
may qualify for the debt relief program, but it does not qualify for forgiveness, correct?
this is not that no forgiveness. This is a brand new loan, right?
Right.
Where you're going out and buying your Taj Mahal
Mm-hmm.
to house your headquarters.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there's a second loan. Many of you have heard about the SBA Express. Normally, that loan goes up to 350,000, but because of COVID-19, it now goes up to $1 million as of January 1st, 2021. Okay.
Okay.
The
So that's
bank,
another loan. Okay.
that's another loan.
Mm-hmm.
So now, under that express loan, which means that typically the bank uses their own documentation and it only takes a week to, 10 days to process. So you get the money a lot quicker. So instead of it being capped at 350,000, you can now go up to $1 million. Normally, the SBA only issues a 50% guarantee. Now they're offering a 75% guarantee.
Wow.
Okay.
So that guarantees the bank, well, that gives the bank very little risk. They get very little risk, which means that the probability of you getting this loan goes up. Is that correct?
Yes, because
Okay.
now they're only on the hook for $250,000 out of a
Right.
million.
Right.
Okay. Now it will revert permanently as of October 1st, 2021, down to 500,000. So let's look at it this way. Normally, the SBA Express is 350,000. As of October next year, it will permanently be 500,000. So in other words, they've increased the limit from 350 to 500. And I think
Mhm.
that's fantastic,
I
actually.
do too. Yeah. Where can
Yeah.
our listeners go to get more information on the SBA Express or the 7A loan or any of these loans that you're talking about? Can they go right to sba.gov, is it, for
Yes,
more
they go to,
information?
yep, they can go to SBA.gov. Yes, they
Okay.
sure can.
We want to make sure
And
that they know where to go. Okay.
yep, and I just like the fact, frankly, that you can get $1 million and the bank's risk is minimized to 25%. I mean, my goodness. So
Yeah.
for that line of credit that you need, or equipment loan, or you know, automobile loan, you can get that SBA Express loan and it's going to be covered 75% by the SBA. So the banks now have incentive to actually go out and, do some loans for these companies that are growing. Now, one thing I wanted to cover is does the idle advance. So remember, under idle, you could get a $10,000 advance, meaning $1,000 per employee up to $10,000.
Yeah,
All
remember
right.
that.
And that was separate. That's above and separate from the idle loan, which is a loan program where you had 30 years to repay the loan. With
Mm-hmm.
the advance, it really is a grant. And really, that grant was as long as your business had a pulse, you could
Yeah,
get it.
right.
Okay. And Congress has set aside $20 billion in the first round um, for that. And that got used up. What I understand is Congress is bringing that advance back. I just don't know what the dollar amount is yet. We'll probably hear further down the road about that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what's important about EIDL. So I'm going to give you an example.
And tell
So,
everybody what EIDL stands for. It's the
oh,
emergency, what is
yes,
it?
economic injury disaster loans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what happens. Let's say you have a $100,000 loan, PPP loan. Now, if you had gotten the idle advance, and let's just say $10,000. So you applied and got the idle advance first. Then you went to your bank and you got the PPP loan. Well, the bank was supposed to deduct that $10,000 from your PPP loan. So now you have a $90,000 loan. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You go to get forgiveness. And now your forgiveness amount is actually $90,000. The bank sends it to the SBA. The SBA forgives your $90,000. Okay. Sounds simple enough, right?
Yeah, sounds like a whole grant. You got a whole grant instead of having to pay anything back.
Okay. However, let's reverse it. Let's say you went and got the PPP first for $100,000 and you got the idle advance second for $10,000. Okay.
Okay.
So what's happened? Well, you've gone and asked for forgiveness for $100,000. You send it to the SBA. The SBA deducts that ILA $10,000 advance from PPP. So guess how much is forgiven?
90,000.
$90,000.
Okay, wait a minute. We got to pick this back up because, of course, we're out of time. I need you to explain that one more time because, I need to wrap my head around it. I'm sure listeners do too. And also tell us how soon can we apply for the idle advance, Roderick? How soon can we apply for the idle advance? But we'll be right back after these messages here on HUR Voice of Sirius XM, the Small Business Report. Hey, Small Business Report listeners. We've said goodbye to summer and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under-eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout. Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop, cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. That's SkinDeepBeautyStore.com.
Do you need expert advice from successful business leaders on how to start, grow, and finance your business? Tune in every week to the Small Business Report at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. The Small Business Report gives you, the small business owner, and those thinking about starting a business, expert advice from successful business leaders around the country. Visit us at smallbusinessreport.biz and like us on Facebook. The Small Business Report, giving you the tools you need to succeed. This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
You're listening to the Sirius XM Small Business Report on Channel 141. We got Roderick Johnson with us from the SBA talking about money. So get your pads and your pens out. Let's get it going. Rod, take it away.
All right, so we were talking about the idle advance and how it works with your PPP.
Yeah,
And
and which to apply for first, right, Rod? Or you were just giving options?
well, actually, I was under the first round, if you will, of PPP, as it relates to forgiveness. I was going over how they interact with each other as it relates to the forgiveness process. So
Okay.
let's go over the two scenarios.
Yes.
All right. So the first scenario we're going to go over is you went to the bank, you got your PPP loan for $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then you applied for the idle advance, which is $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. So now you've applied for idle after you got the PPP.
Right.
Now you're going for forgiveness. Well, you've asked for $100,000 in forgiveness. The bank sends that over to the SBA. The SBA says, aha, the $10,000 forgiveness was not deducted from the $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So now you only have a forgivable loan of $90,000. Not $100,000.
Right.
And so the borrower had to pay the bank $10,000 over either 2 years or 5 years, depending on when they got the PPP. Okay.
Okay.
Now, obviously, that wasn't the intent of Congress for that to happen. Now, the second scenario is you got the idle loan, the idle advance first. $10,000. Then you applied for PPP. The bank deducted that $10,000. And so now you have a $90,000 PPP.
Mm-hmm.
And when you went to the bank to get forgiveness, you asked for $90,000. The SBA granted full forgiveness for the $90,000. Okay, that's fine. That's groovy. But under the first scenario, you were stuck with a $10,000 loan because the advance wasn't subtracted from the PPP loan.
Okay.
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 So now with PPP 2.0, that risk is now gone for the borrower.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
So
now
it
you're
doesn't
not.
matter whether they apply for the PPP first or the idle advance first. Is that what you're
That's
saying?
correct. That's
Okay.
correct. That's correct. So either way, the full amount of the loan will be forgiven.
That's wonderful.
That's a
Okay.
good thing.
Yes, it
People
is.
are hurting out here.
Yeah, they are. And like you said before, you were stuck for that $10,000 because it wasn't deducted. But now it doesn't matter. It's going to be deducted no matter what, right?
Yes. So you're
Okay.
not stuck. Now, let me say this too. There was one other thing that I think our listeners will be happy to know. If you recall, the loan is a forgivable, non-taxable grant. Okay. But here was the problem under the old regulations. If you used PPP money for those expenses that we talked about, your
Yeah.
mortgage, your rent, and all those, well, those weren't able to be deductible business expenses. Now, those expenses are deductible.
Oh, that's fantastic. So
Okay.
that
That
means
is a great thing.
Yeah, does that mean even from if you got money in the first draw, those expenses are now deductible? When you do your 2020 taxes, you can write all of those expenses down. The first draw, second draw, this 2.0 draw, they're
Yep.
all tax deductible.
Yes.
That is
Because
fantastic.
yes. So I thought I'd save the best for last because everybody was really concerned about that. Okay. And so now those expenses are now deductible. Whew.
And folks, those expenses again that Roderick had mentioned earlier, your rents and lease expenses, interests on a commercial mortgage, your utilities, which include water, gas, electric, the internet, business cell phone. And now with the 2.0, you can also include software, accounting, like QuickBooks,
Yes.
your accountant, if you have an accountant and his expenses that you pay, and property damage costs. So if you were a brick and mortar business and say your windows got broken out during during some this all of these things that have been happening during COVID, you can now have those costs covered with this PPP loan and the PPP equipment. So those supplies that you had to give to your employees, the masks, the PPE gowns, the what are the dividers. I went to the nail salon the other day and they had the dividers up between the nail technician and the clients. All of that is now part of the 40% designated costs or expenses, right, Rod? And the 60% is the payroll. But you can now write all of those expenses off. That is great.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's going to help a lot of small businesses.
It really is. It really is. So, anything else for us, Roderick? I mean, again, tell folks where they can go to get all of this information. You were saying, they need to start applying soon, right?
Yes. Now, I want to give people a scenario. The money's going to run out. Okay. So as soon as your bank notifies you that they're open for business, apply.
Okay.
Now, we don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. So I don't want you business owners, because I got a lot of calls from business owners that said, well, I didn't apply the first time because I didn't think I would need it. Okay. And then they wound up needing the money. So go ahead, apply. Please apply because we don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. And particularly now over in the UK, they have this new strand
Oh,
of
yeah.
COVID-19, and other countries like Canada and others are, not allowing planes from the UK to land in their territory. I'm not sure what we're going to do here in the US, but what I do know is that we didn't expect this pandemic to last from March until now, December. And
Right.
so who knows what's going to happen in 2021. So please apply, whether or not you think you need the money. I'd much rather have dry powder, in my pocket than to try to apply later on and the money's run out.
That's
Okay.
right.
That's
And
right.
don't forget, there's still $170 billion left in idle. Okay. And so that loan goes up to $150,000. So my message is please take advantage of all the federal loan and grant programs to help you sustain your business through COVID-19. There's no
Oh,
excuse not to.
Roderick, if folks have already applied for and got EIDL earlier this year, are they able to apply again for EIDL, or is that only a one-time thing? EIDL advance,
No,
or is that
no, well, the advance is one thing, and I think money is being reappropriated for the advance,
okay?
particularly for low and moderate income areas.
Hmm.
Um, the loan you can still reapply. Now, remember, the maximum is $150,000, but you can still apply. Okay,
Even if you got it before, you can
even if
still.
you got it before,
Okay.
because now what is called is a reconsideration. Okay,
Okay.
and you can go to what is it, disaster customer service at SBA.gov, and you can email them. Okay, and you already have, if you have an idle, you already have your idle number. So all
Right.
you want to do is just say, look, I want to be reconsidered. Now you're going to have to give them updated financial statements, But the whole idea is that you want to be reconsidered. And that's the language that you're going to use.
Okay, sounds
That's
good.
important. Reconsidered.
Yes.
Yes.
Reconsidered.
So we
Yes.
only have about a minute left. Is there anything else you want to tell folks where they should go if they want to do, an SBA Express loan, the EIDL Advance,
They can
the
come to us,
PPP? Yeah,
DCSBDC.org, and get all that.
that's right, Carl. That's right. Or
I,
SBA.gov for more information. What were you going to say, Rod?
I was going to say for the PPP, apply to your banks. For the EIDL, apply to the SBA. For the 7A and SBA Express, apply at your banks and go to the Howard University SBDC so that they can help put your package together in order to get any of those loans that we've talked about today.
That's right. We got over close to $11 million since May.
Yeah.
So if you want some help and it's free, come and see us at DCSBDC.org.
We can't thank you enough for coming
Thank
back
you,
on the
Rod.
show.
Thank you.
So, Rod, we're about to go to commercial, but before we do, give everybody your email address if they have any questions for you.
Yes, it's Roderick, RODERICK .Johnson @SBA.gov.
Good deal. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners. Are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com. Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using, because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop, cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. That's SkinDeepBeautyStore.com.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether your federal or state taxes are under audit or need to dispute your case in tax court, don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The Law Office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
And welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141, HUR Voices. That was a really good segment, wasn't it, Carl, with Rod Johnson from SBA?
Oh, I love Rod. Rod is so patient and so informative about the key financial aspects of getting money, how to get the money, where to go to get the money, and he just takes his time to explain everything. And like you said, it was over 5,000 pages of a bill.
Yeah.
So, and he's
And
still
he's on
trying
the
to.
front end of that information. He gets it first and shares it with us. How lucky are we that
Oh,
we
I
get it
know.
firsthand right away?
Well, well, as a partner to the DC SBDC, that's what they do, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why people need to sign up for services. But one of the things that I want to key in on, or focus on rather, is the 5 key elements of a loan application. What are banks looking for? Because, having the knowledge of what Roderick just talked
Mm-hmm.
about, um, is all good and well. But if you don't have the back end structure that the banks are looking for, you're not going to qualify to get the money.
Right.
So, first and foremost, what banks are looking for and looking at is your credit history. They want to
And
make sure that you have a good credit history.
but Carl, remember one time on a show we talked about the difference between a personal credit history and a business credit history. So are the banks looking at both or
They're looking
one?
at both of them.
Okay. Okay.
Especially when you are a relatively young business,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to look at both of them. Now,
Okay.
you've
So they're
been
both
around
important.
20 years, they're looking at your business credit history.
Okay.
Because, business might have changed hands, might have a different structure. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't come and ask, the board of directors for their personal credit. But, when you're a small, relatively new business, they're going to look at both. They're going to
Right.
look at both your credit history for your business and your personal. So,
Okay.
and so that's why it's critical. Now, I'm gonna tell you, you also could tell them a story as well. And when I say tell them a story, I'm not saying lie to them. What I'm saying is give them information on why your history might not be, you might not be a 800. You
Right.
might be a 650.
But there's
Because as
extenuating circumstances that you can
it,
explain.
exactly, because as
Mhm.
most entrepreneurs, you finance the business out of your pocket.
Right.
So there might have
Mm-hmm.
been some blemishes, late payment, slow payment, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? You couldn't get a loan in the beginning, so you had to put everything came out of your pocket. And
Right.
so when you tell them that story, not lying to them, like I said, but explain to them what the circumstances are, that will make a big difference. The
Okay.
second thing that they look for is cash flow history and your financial projections for the business. All
Mm-hmm.
right. They're looking at how much money comes into the business, where the money is going, and the financial projections are to indicate to the bank how you're going to pay them back. Because if say your operation is running at $100 a week or
Mm-hmm.
$100 a month,
What do you
and
mean,
that
the operations? You mean the cost of
the
running your
the
business?
just the overall cost of running the business.
Okay, so this is an arbitrary number.
Buying.
You're just throwing that out there,
Yeah, I'm just
$100.
making $100. So
Right.
it's real easy math. All
Okay.
right. So if there's in that $100, you're paying your salaries, you're paying for your goods, all that, and you're only getting like $100 back into the business, you're just
Mm-hmm.
breaking even.
Okay.
So how are you going to pay the bank? That's what they're looking at.
Right, but
So,
Carl, a lot of young businesses, they might not even be making a profit their first two, or but they need a loan to get them through the next year or two.
oh,
They're, oh, what do
I
they
agree
do?
100%.
But you're not the bank, right?
I'm not the
You know,
bank, but
so
this is
so
what the
they're
bank looks at.
but they're caught
So,
between a rock and a hard place, though.
oh,
You're
absolutely.
a
That's why we
restaurant, it might be
suffer,
2 or 3 years before you see a profit, if at all,
if at all, right?
or
And
break
then
even.
exactly. And so that's why I'm saying this: go into this thing with your eyes wide open.
Okay, I get it.
Be prepared for what you're about to enter into. Give yourself a chance. So if you breaking even at 100 going out, 100 coming in, the bank is not going to give you a loan.
Wow.
All right. But if
Hmm.
you're doing 125 coming in and 100 going out, you got 25 right there.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
you can show that you could pay the bank back. Because if after it's all said and done, all you owe them is 10 out of the 25, you have wiggle
You
room
made a
to,
profit.
you
Yeah.
made a profit,
Right.
paying the loan back and all that. So that's what they're
Hmm.
looking for when you talk about financial projections, cash flow history, that kind of thing, at a very, very elementary level that we're trying to just get people to understand this. All
Hmm.
right.
Yeah. How much is going out and how much is coming back
How
in?
much is
Basic
coming back
rudimentary.
in?
Hmm.
Right. And so the other thing they look for is collateral. Collateral that you may have to secure the loan. And let me tell you
Okay.
something. Could be your
Uh-huh.
house, machinery, equipment, whatever, right? It's
Right.
not your shoes, your pants, your shirt, your
Your
nice
Louboutins.
custom. Yeah, it ain't none of that. It ain't your
Right.
Mercedes. It ain't
Right.
none of that. They ain't looking for none of that. They're looking for real things they can sell if they have to take it from you.
Take
Okay?
the what from you? Take your
Take your
collateral from
house
you
from you, take
because you
your
didn't pay your
equipment from you
loan. You didn't pay
because
your
you ain't pay
loan.
your loan. Right.
Okay, but again, we go back to the cash flow and the financial projections and money going out. How much is it
Mm-hmm.
costing you, to run your business, the operations, and money coming back in. And if you're not breaking even, I'm sorry, if you're not making a profit, then you can say, okay, well, I'm not making a profit, but I can put up this collateral. And are you saying at that point you can get the loan?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You
okay.
can another rudimentary, very elementary way of looking at it is say you make you pizza shop
Mm-hmm.
and your one oven is crying because you using that thing 24/7 and
And you
you
need
say,
a new
man,
one.
if I had another oven, I can make this double amount of pizzas and increase my clientele, have a delivery business going out, and and then service all the folks that's in my restaurant. There
Mm-hmm.
of course there's pre-COVID, so but
Right.
anyway, so you can show that there are projections on the pizzas that you'll be making and other food that you may make. Because you might say, well, look, if I have another oven, I can expand my menu to do, other things, baked
Stromboli's.
ziti,
Yeah.
stromboli, all that,
Right, right.
you know,
Spaghetti.
and that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that shows that, okay, you're going to be able to make more money. All right.
Okay.
So
But
that's
what
a
does that
good
have to
thing.
do with the collateral though? Like if you're not making a
No, no,
profit,
that,
but you,
well, the collateral in that case would be the first oven.
oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay. But it's
that,
hardly working though. It's being used a
well,
lot.
it's
That can
being
still be it's
used a lot,
equipment though.
right? But
Okay.
you be out of business if you lose that oven.
That's right. That's right.
So here's one thing that's real important that a lot of people overlook: character. And you say character,
You mean for
yeah,
the loan?
they looking at you as a person,
Oh, right, right.
you know.
Okay.
And
So
here's some of
no
the
rap
things.
sheet. No rap
Yeah, no,
sheet.
no rap sheet. I mean, well, I mean, people have done things and they paid
Yeah.
their time and all that. But
Mhm.
here's something that they look at: successful prior business experience. So if you were, had a small business before and it did really well, or you were, say, a vice president of a company, and you had a high profile in the community, referrals by respected community members, references from professionals like accountants, lawyers, business advisors who
Mhm.
have reviewed your proposals. What kind of community involvement are you doing? Say you were the Boy Scout leader or the softball coach or the basketball coach or whatever. You know,
Hey,
Those are the
Carl,
things.
let's take that up on the other half of the show after the break, because I'm glad you touched on that, because character, I'm sure, like you said, most people would never think about that for, their loan application. So let's talk some more about that on the other side of the break, if that's okay.
Great.
So we'll be right back after these messages here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices. Hey, Small Business Report listeners. We've said goodbye to summer, and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under-eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, this is your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing, small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com. Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
And welcome back to the Small Business Report. So Carl, you were naming or talking to us about, talking to our listeners about character. And this is one of the 5 keys of a good loan application. You already said the credit history is important. Your cash flow history and financial projections, your collateral, and now you're in character. And you were saying, you gotta, if you have letters of recommendation from respected people and professionals, then that's going to help with your character building as part of the application.
Absolutely. And that's why it's important to have a relationship with your bank. If you're a small business owner, you don't need to just go in there and make deposits.
Right.
You need to go in there and sell yourself and your business to your banker.
They know who you are.
And so they know who you are. And we've had bankers on the show before. Yeah. And they all, to a person, have said, invite me to your different events.
Yes.
So, whether it's personal or business related, if you're going to have like a little Super Bowl party at your house, invite your banker.
Yeah, people don't think about that.
No, they
They're not
don't.
thinking about their banker. Yeah.
No, because I want to get to know you, so I'm gonna come to a yes if I know you, as
Right. And
opposed
that's
if
just
you,
that's just life, right,
that's
Carl?
life in general, and that's why
In
we
general.
always talk about networking.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand what networking is, and I can tell you that firsthand.
Right.
Networking is not going to a pre-bid meeting and then chasing somebody down at the pre-bid meeting to be on their team to bid on a project. Because
Mhm.
believe me, by the time we go to the pre-bid meeting, I already have my team in place. So
Right. Right.
what you trying to talk to me about?
Right.
You late to the party, homie. And so
Right.
you need to spend a little bit more time on your business. And a
Yeah.
lot of people say, "Well, I don't have time for networking." Well, you don't have time to make money.
And you don't have time to have a business if you can't network, if you're not going to network. Because it is all about people do business with people they like. Simple as that.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
and how do
And they
people
trust.
right? How do they know about your business if you ain't out there talking about your business?
Hmm.
Now, when
Hmm.
you can be, I mean, sometimes you got to be in there doing your thing because that's how you're building your reputation in your business. Because people don't want to go and do business with somebody that their products or their service is shoddy. They
Hmm.
talk a good game, but they ain't delivering. They don't want that. They want someone that can talk about what they're doing, excite them about what they're doing, show them how they're doing it, and then network with them later on.
Right.
So,
Right. Hmm.
but
So
yeah, let's
character, that was number 4.
character, and
Hmm.
that's important. The bank factors that into your loan application. Now let's also talk about the other things that they're looking for. All right,
Hmm. Hmm.
your business and your personal financial statements, your
Hmm.
bank statements, your income tax returns. Here's one that a lot of people know about but don't do: your business plan.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
want to see your business plan,
Right.
you know. And if you don't have one, why don't you have one?
Right. That's a red flag if you don't.
Big time.
Hmm.
So again, they're looking at income statements and bank business balance sheets for the past 3 years. And if you don't have 3 years, you only been in business two, that's fine. Or 12 months, that's fine. However long you've been in business, you should have those things.
Right.
Projected balance sheets and income statements for 2 years.
Hmm.
So how much do you anticipate making over the next couple of years? And are you on target? Now you want to know that yourself because you want to make sure that you're making money, not losing money.
Yeah, but you know what? That's like saying, take out your crystal ball and tell me how much money you're going to be making in this business. That's hard to
Well,
anticipate or
it
project,
is, but
Carl.
but if you got an accountant or someone, a financial advisor, someone that, like the folks that work for me that are very fluent in this whole exercise of doing that. I'm not, but they are.
Hmm.
And they know how to do it. I mean, we've had Beverly Winstead on the show many times.
Right. And she's a
She could help
sponsor
you
of this
do it.
show too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. So
She can help you do what? Like put together the projected balance
projected
sheets and
financial,
the financial
income
statements.
statements.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Hmm.
Projected cash flow statements. She could do that,
For free.
for free. For free.
Go to the SBDC,
Personal and
dcsbdc.org. Yeah.
and get it for free.
Right.
So I mean they also want to look at your personal and business tax returns.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people they're looking for a loan. First thing you ask them, well, can I see your tax returns? Oh, I don't do that, man. I don't do that. Huh? You don't do what? You don't pay your taxes? You don't need to see me,
Oh
Holmes.
my God. As a
You,
matter of fact, get as far away from me as possible.
you might want to go
Oh
on
my
your knees and go down to the IRS and beg forgiveness, bro.
God. Before they come and take everything. Oh my
I
God.
don't do that.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can't help you.
Yeah. So they have
I
to have
mean, you
all of
would
that in
be
order.
surprised. You would be surprised
What?
at
At the
the
people that
the.
come in and say things like that? Is that what you're
Oh
saying, Carl?
yeah,
I'd be
oh
surprised.
absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. I mean, I hear it. I hear it every day. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, I wrote out a blueprint for a company,
Hmm.
and I said, here, all you got to do is follow this. I spent the time because they asked me to help them. I said,
Right.
usually I got people to do that, but they kept coming to me for whatever reason. So I wrote it out. I said, here's the roadmap to success. They coming back to me talking about what if failing. I said, well, did you implement the roadmap? Did you? Well, and then it was a whole storyline on why they didn't.
Right. Yeah. No excuses though, Carl.
No,
No,
no
not
excuses.
when they're
Yeah.
getting free help from your division where the Small
They
Business
were getting
Development
it
Center
directly from me.
from you, the boss, and they
From me.
still weren't able to get you do what
And
they
they were
needed.
they were literally punting on first down. Got the ball, said, nah, nah, nah. This is a dream to come true. I gotta punt the ball. I gotta live in this nightmare. And
Right.
so that's where they are. But
Mm,
I mean, you try to help them as much as you can, but you can't, as they say, you can't make the horse drink the water.
that's right.
You could
Yeah.
lead the horse to the water. You know.
Well, so those five things: credit history, cash flow history, financial projections, collateral, that's your house, that's equipment, your character, which is really important, and your projected balance sheets, your business and personal financial statements
Financial
like your
statements,
income tax
business
returns,
plan.
business plans. Those are the five keys to securing a successful loan, right? That's
Exactly.
the information you need for your loan application package. We only have two
Right.
more minutes, Carl. Is there anything else our listeners need to know?
Well, one thing I want to say is, and we had One Link at Work Systems was a sponsor for the show. They
Hmm.
have a wonderful product called One Link. Folks, get a QuickBooks One Link PeopleSoft, some kind of enterprise financial solution to make your life easier. Because taking receipts to the bank in a shoebox is so 1950s. It's
Hmm.
not you're not doing yourself a service. You are
Right.
looking foolish when you do not have a financial system in place. How do you know if you're making money or not? And that's where so many of us are falling down. And then we say, well, we couldn't get a loan. We didn't qualify for a loan. Well, let me look at your stuff. And then you bring me a folder. You can't print nothing out. You don't
Yeah.
have anything to print out. I mean, so we need to move into the 21st century and
Okay.
get online with everybody else and have a QuickBooks, One Link, PeopleSoft, some kind of enterprise system where you can do your accounting and it can help make your life easier.
And if you need free help or assistance, you can go to dcsbdc.org or Americas with an S, americassbdc.org to get all of this information plus so much more if you're wanting to start or grow your business. And also, we want you to follow us on Instagram too, the Small Business Report, as well as on Facebook, the Small Business Report. Right, Carl? We got 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Or go on a website, Facebook, go on the website, which is the smallbusinessreport.biz.
That's right. Yep. So this has been a good show. As always, we're always here to help you. We will see you, or I'm sorry, we won't see you. We'll talk to you next week, right, Carl?
That's right. We'll be back next week with vital information that will help you grow your business.
That's right. Thanks for listening.
This has been Carl Brown and Sharon Morton giving you all the tools you need to succeed on the Small Business Report. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in next week at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook. And for more tips on starting, growing, and financing your business, Visit us at thesmallbusinessreport.biz.